All right, I am back. We had some technical difficulties. How y'all doing today? Happy Sunday. Yes, we're going to talk about computer love today because this is cyber training with Epiphany. Okay. A special love with me, and your eyes have that glow. Y'all remember this song? Face I've seen on my computer screen. We need to play this song at cybersecurity conferences. All right. Okay. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing today? So today we're going to talk very briefly. I'm not going to be in here long. I got stuff I need to do today. And this dress keeps sliding to the side. So, this ain't going to be a long live. But I want to talk about computer love today. Okay, really quickly. Now, you do what you do. You are a cyber professional, IT professional, programmer, learning designer, whatever you are. Okay. And not even in that, you could be a graphic designer, something else. Okay. A social media guru. All right. And it's because of technology, right? Technology really, really helps us to live more convenient lives. Okay. It makes things more convenient. It allows us to get, just like I'm here on YouTube. Okay. It's allowing me to share my message with people who otherwise would not hear it. Okay. It is a vehicle, an avenue for many, many wonderful, wonderful things to happen. So why not love it? Right? Why not have a little bit of computer love in your life? Right? Because it makes life easier, like it does. All right. And so because of that, right? And a really large part of the work that you do as a cyber professional deals with that CIA model, right? What is it? Confidentiality, integrity, and accessibility. Okay. It deals with that stuff. But the thing is, because there is so much love and affection for what technology allows us to do. Okay. Like, for instance, the confidentiality, right? Well, we like to share information, all right, on social media. Okay. That's what we do. And we may be giving up some of our confidentiality in order to be more connected. Okay. So the connection that we're searching for, the connection that we're looking for through technology may somehow get in the way of our information being as confidential as it probably should and can be. But we like connection. We like connecting with people. I tell y'all on, if you're on my Epiphany channel, I haven't had this one up too long, but on my Epiphany channel, I tell y'all a bunch of stuff that ain't none of your business. Okay. None of your business. However, it's really about creating some kind of connection, okay, with the people that I'm talking to. All right. Because you're still another person looking at this thing, right? And connection is important with people. That's what gets them coming back when they feel like they're connected to you in some kind of way. All right. So yeah, I share stuff, that ain't none of your damn business. But I too am looking for that connection. Okay. Same thing with, things just being more convenient. I like the way that we sign into websites and stuff right now. I got 11,000 passwords. Okay. I know I'm not supposed to write that stuff down. I'm not. There's a lot of things I'm not supposed to do with my password, but listen, when you have dozens, hundreds, maybe some of us, of password. Listen, y'all got to come up with something else. I'm just saying, okay? Because you can't keep saying don't do this and don't do that when you see the way the world is moving. You see that you need your all these passwords for these different things, right? So what we do, we try to make it convenient and easy for us to do these things, as a user. And even y'all, while you preaching about not writing down passwords and stuff, okay? But the point is that the ways that technology has changed the accessibility of people, I've been trying to meet with this lady for weeks. Okay. Weeks. We could not get together. Finally, we just had to Zoom it, which was good. I was able to see her. She was able to see me. We were still able to make a connection and talk, right? But Zoom, we use technology to get together. I didn't have to drive all the way to Maryland. She didn't have to drive all the way here, So we were able to make that connection through technology. So there's good reason for computer love. Good reason. Good reason for it. Okay. Now, I wrote an article. If you go to, and I have the link here in this video, if you go to New Harbinger website, they're my publisher. All right. And you'll see on there, I did some blog posts for them. And one of the articles I wrote was called Love a Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. Did you get that? Love a wolf in sheep's clothing. All right. So one thing I say in that blog post is problems arise when we look at love as the solution to our problems, because love is never about problems outside of ourselves. What am I saying right there? And what does that have to do with this channel? Okay. Everywhere you go, many movies you see, people you listen to, all these, inspirational speakers, and everybody talking about love, 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 love. The solution to if we just love each other, the solution to our problems, okay, is just love. Just if we love, okay. You hear that all over the place. They got songs about it, poems, haikus, raps, everything, okay. What I'm saying is that is not necessarily so. Because when you do that, when you say love is the answer, okay, it makes it sound like, like it's something disconnected from me actually doing anything. Okay. If all I got to do is love you, okay, whatever that means, okay, then all these problems are going to be solved. As a cyber professional, y'all know the kind of problems y'all have, okay? Both within the profession, okay? For example, the lack of diversity in the profession, and I'm talking about gender as well as other kinds of diversity, okay? Plus, you got people who have nothing but malicious intent when it comes to taking advantage of the fact that computers just make things so much more easy for individuals, right? Just take advantage of that stuff, okay? So y'all got some serious issues to deal with. You really, really do, okay? But that's the reality, okay? The reality is you have a group of people who just maliciously attack. That's all they do all day long, okay? And not just them as individuals. You got a whole nation states behind these folks, okay? Giving them money and direction and support and all that, okay? Y'all got a lot to handle, okay? You got that, plus you got me. Loving my computer and want to connect with people, enjoying being able to share information and all this other kind of stuff, right? Just doing that, okay? What's going to help you with those major issues? What's going to help you with that? It sure ain't going to be if all of us just love each other. Okay. If you just love, then you'll get enough diversity in cyber in the cyber domain. If you just love, you'll have other people at the top making decisions instead of what you normally see in organizations that deal with IT and cyber, right? All you gotta do is love. Isn't that what they say? No, because when you say that, that makes it sound like you ain't got to do nothing. Okay. There is actual work that needs to be done. There are actual minds that need to be changed. Okay. And changing your mind is not easy. I'm going to talk about this on my other channel today. Changing your mind isn't just saying, okay, instead of the chicken, I want the fish. Okay. That's not changing your mind. That's not what that is. Okay. Changing your mind is something. Now go over to my other channel because I'm going to, again, talk more in detail about this. But for here, I want to say that takes work. It really, really does. It takes, and this goes back to the article that I'm currently writing and we'll have published very soon about accountability in cybersecurity. Okay. When you're accountable for something, that means you're the originator. You're the creator. I'm not. Now that's different than responsibility. All right. Accountability is different than responsibility. Just because you're accountable doesn't mean you're responsible for doing something. Accountability means you made that decision. Okay. You put whatever forces that were needed to go behind that. You did that. All right. That's not blame. Again, accountability is not blame. Accountability is pointing out where the power and control is. And if anything, you can only change on whatever, all the stuff that's going on right now in cyber. All you got to do, go to Twitter, YouTube, whatever, you'll find what's going on right now. Okay. Anything that needs to be changed, anything, you have to start with the decision maker. You have to. Okay. You have to start with who is the decision maker in this thing. And when I talk about accountability, how there's enough to go around. Remember that in another video I said that this is not about victim blaming. It's about pointing out where, if a breach happens in Equifax, where are the points of decision? Listen, back here, y'all see that up back there, right there, hanging up, the yellow and the green? There is, in the yellow is where I talk about all the decision points that pilots have to use or have to consider when they're flying planes. Okay. They have like 7 or 8 decision points. Okay. That you have to figure out, okay, do we take off right now? Can we take off? So you need information, right? You need to look at, the tools in the plane. You need to talk to your co-pilot. You need to, check in with the, who them people on the plane that give you drinks and stuff, them, and then you, pilot, make the decision. Okay. Yes, we can take off now. If anything is happening in that, and there's a whole thing all the way down to, can we land now? Okay. These are all very important decision points where a pilot has to gather information at that moment, right then on the spot, gather information from different people. It's not just how he feels in his mind or his head or whatever. He has to get real-time information to be able to make those critical decisions. Because if he don't make the right one, all kind of terrible things can happen. Malcolm Gladwell. I love Malcolm Gladwell. Read almost all his books. He's just came out with a new one that I haven't read yet, but you can believe me, I'm gonna get that book. He has a talk. Go Google or go on YouTube and type up Malcolm Gladwell and plane crashes. Okay. In that talk, he says, and in the research that he did in order to write the book, I forget the book where he put that in there. It could have been, I forget the name of the book. One of his books where he put those stories, but he said what he found in his research is that the main problem when it comes to plane crashes, okay, is not the technology. It is not the plane. He said the main problem is the relationship between the pilot and the co-pilot. It's the communication that the information that the pilot is getting, not just what he's getting, but how he's getting it, or how she's getting it. All right. That is in the miscommunication, there is knowledge failure. Knowledge failure is the reason for plane crashes. Okay, it's not the plane. It's not the plane. You know the reason for the Equifax and the Target and the OPM and me getting hacked in April. It's not the computer. It's not the technology, right? It's not. It's knowledge failure. It's knowledge failure. Okay. Knowledge failure. And hopefully next week I will have my article published in the Association for Federal Enterprise Risk Management. Okay. It should be up on their website next week. And when it is, I'll share it. But in that, I talk about knowledge failure in that article. And knowledge failure is very simply the inability to take the right action at the right time. Because knowledge is lost, it's unknown, it's misapplied. Okay? Because knowledge, something's going on with what you know or don't know and how that's being applied and if it's being applied. It's underutilized. That was another one. Underutilized. Okay? Underutilization of knowledge is an enormous problem when it comes to training experiences. You have all of these people in front of you with all of this experience. And 90% of the time, the only voice they're hearing is yours. Why? When we do that, we set ourselves up for knowledge failure. We set ourselves up because you don't know it all. Listen, I don't care if you're in a room full of kids. Okay. I have 2 programs right now that I'm working on that are for children. Even so, your voice should not be the one they hear for the majority of the time. It shouldn't. Not if learning is going to happen. Not if learning is going to happen. See, we have in the L&D field, in learning, development, and evaluation, okay, those of us who call ourselves instructors and facilitators and teachers and mentors and coaches and all this other kind of stuff, we have a problem, all right? We have an enormous 3-letter problem. It's just 3 letters, okay? EGO. Because you have the title of some kind of authority, you let your ego just run roughshod over everybody. Why? Because you got the title. And you might say, well, I have the experience to back it up. Not in the learning environment, you don't. No, not in a learning environment, you don't. Because you cannot teach somebody, and this is in the way I define learning and teaching the same. It's the same definition. Sharing of perspective and experience. Okay? You can't share nothing with me if you feel like you're more than I am. Not for real. No, you can't. You absolutely cannot. All right? That's the way. Now, let me tell you something here. The people who follow me, the people who not follow, and I mean follow like on, in social media, the people who rock with me on these channels, okay, like you, okay, on my Epiphany channel, those people, we are the evolving minds, okay, that's who we are, because that's what we do. Epiphany is learning for evolving minds. That's the logo. So if you hear on Cyber Training with Epiphany, if you're on my Epiphany channel, you're an evolving mind. Okay. And the thing about having an evolving mind is the first thing you have to do is question what you know for sure. Not what somebody else saying, and then you coming up and say, oh, that's not true. I've researched this and you're not telling the truth. This is the way. No, 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 no. Okay. The first mind you question as an evolving mind is yours and what you think you already know. Okay. So the stuff that I'm going to say on this channel on Cyber Training with Epiphany, it's going to be some stuff that's hard to swallow, but we're used to that. Like evolving minds, we know the work that is required to truly think differently and change your mind. We understand that. Okay. And we understand that it starts here. Love ain't going to do it. Me looking at my mind, me asking questions of myself when it comes to the way that we do cyber, the way that we train people in cybersecurity, the way that we evaluate what is going on in cybersecurity, the kind of things that we think we can do in order to help people learn and create a learning environment. That stuff is going to have to change, okay? Because we've been conditioned a certain way. All right. So now let me look at what I think about these things. Let me look at the way I think about learning. Okay. Let me look at the way my cybersecurity awareness training is being done. What do I know for sure about that? Okay. That's the first place we start to ask questions. What I know for sure, not you. Okay. What I know as an evolving mind, what do I know for sure that I need to start questioning? So I talk, where's that? Here you go, right here. Longing to learn. I talk about this in this little bitty book right here. It didn't take long. It's not a big read. Okay. Because it's simple. It's not rocket science. It's simple. If you have lived any amount of time in this life, you could write this yourself. Okay. The problem is we forget. We forgot. That's what the problem is. Okay. Computers, the original computer was you. Humans were called computers. So in what's that movie with the ladies, the black women at NASA who came up with, you know, all the stuff or whatever. Look at that movie. I forget the name of it. I'm terrible with names. That movie, you hear them calling people computers. We are the original computers, not this thing. We are. Okay. And we still are. All right. We are the original computers. Okay. Now we have just developed technologies to make what we do faster, you know, because from what we understand right now, our brains don't work that fast or go that in depth into various things. Okay. But we've invented a machine, a technology that is able to do what we are physically unable to do. We got to sleep. Computers ain't got to sleep. We need our sleep. Okay. We got to get paid. You ain't got to pay no computer. We need insurance, all this other kind of stuff. Okay. All right. But what I'm saying is, okay, as the original computers, all right, we need to do a little machine learning and learn from artificial intelligence and all this stuff, right? Who is just constantly learning. As you get more information, right? You're constantly learning. When I first got Alexa, she was just right out the box, just doing what she normally, but she learns. Okay. When I ask her certain things, she doesn't come back and ask me for verification because she's already learned what I want, when I want to set my timer and stuff like that. So she'll just set it and come out and say, okay, alarm set for 7 a.m. or something like that. Okay. Because she's learning. We have to do that. We can't stop doing that. And that's the problem. If there is a time or a reason why AI or, computers, take over. If Skynet take over, it's not because, is it so wonderful? It's because we stopped learning. That's why. Shoot. All right. I ain't gonna get into all that on this channel, but I did. Okay. Because the thing is that love is not gonna solve it. Okay. You being nice to me, hackers being nice to me, you know, isn't gonna solve it. Now, ethics goes a long way. It does. Ethics goes a long way. But what goes an even longer way than ethics and love and niceness and respect is empathy. How do I define empathy? Do you remember? The same way I define learning and teaching. It's the sharing of perspective and experience. Think about any incident in your life that you have with another person, your sister, your mother, your father right now, a friend of yours, somebody on your job. Think of a contentious relationship that you have right now. Okay? Love ain't enough. It's not. Empathy is what's going to do it. Empathy is what's going to do it. Because empathy requires accountability and work. It requires accountability. It requires being able to make a different decision. I told you it's with the decision maker. If you want something to change, you got to make a different decision. What is going on in the cyber field right now? What kind of issues are we having? Okay, why don't we have as many women in there? Why don't we have as many so-called minorities in there? What are we missing? Who needs to make the decision for that to change? Who? Love ain't gonna do it. Somebody got to make a decision. Where's the accountable party that's making the decision now that has it being what it is now? Who is that? Okay. Listen, if you're going to be here on Cyber Training with Epiphany, this channel is about accountability. It's about learning. And it's about teaching. This is learning for evolving minds, not learning for people who want to think the way they always think about everything and don't want to change their mind. That's a different channel. That's not this one right here. That's not this one. Okay. It's not this one. Evolving minds are rocking over here. Okay. That's what we do over here. So nothing wrong with computer love. Okay. We enjoy having these conveniences. We appreciate the science and the art that goes into making us better able to connect, making this world smaller. Okay. We appreciate and we love that. We really do. We really do. Okay. And that appreciation and love of technology is not going to solve the issues that we have coming out of all of these innovations and things that's happening. Love can't solve nothing. Okay. Empathy and accountability will. Okay. Because those are the things that deal with the decisions that people are making right now. I've created this course for leaders in cybersecurity. All right. Where the main thing is about accountability, which is why I'm writing this article right now that's going to be published very soon about accountability in cyber. All right. And again, accountability is not blame. Okay. It's where you have control and power. That's where you're accountable, where you have control and power. Who does not want control and power? Okay. I think a lot of us do. Control and power isn't where you have more money. It's where you have the ability to make decisions. All right. All right. Let me take us out with a little bit more computer love. Thanks to my technology. See y'all later.